Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. There is breaking news in the Melodee Buzzard case. Law enforcement has confirmed the body of 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard has been located, and authorities say her mother, Ashlee Buzzard, has been arrested in the connection with the investigation. Officials are expected to provide additional details during a scheduled press conference as the case continues to develop shortly. Tonight in this live stream, we're going to be walking through everything we know and things that we don't know. And we're going to be talking about what led up to the disappearance of little Melodee. A lot to talk about, guys, on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace, smile through pain with a painted face. They called me too loud, too much, too strong, but honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my curls, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is December 23rd, 2025. It is currently 3:59 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you all so much for joining me. Breaking news out of California right now. It's very interesting because I was speaking about this case last night, right before I was getting ready to get off live. I was thinking about Melodee Buzzard, and there just hasn't been any answers. And I was like, there's not been an arrest. She has still not been found. And lo and behold, just a little bit ago, my I got a notification that mom was arrested and that Ashlee has been arrested and that Melodee Buzzard has been found deceased. Very sad, very sad. I know a lot of people held out hope that Ashlee was just keeping her hidden for whatever reason, because Ashlee's had a lot of mental health issues, to put it lightly, in the past. And but that's not the case. That's unfortunately not the case. But there is progress. And we know that she's been found, little Melodee, and we know that she's going to get justice, whatever that means. Now, we're going to be waiting for a press conference. We are about 59 minutes away from that press conference. Until then, we're going to be talking about this case and everything that we know that they have released so far in just the last few hours here. So, guys, before we get started, if you don't mind, do me a big favor and hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly, greatly appreciate it. It's a little thing that takes less than a second, and it really, really helps. Also, share the live out on any of your social media, whatever one you choose. Copy that link, drop it right in, and it would mean so much, truly. Just craziness. This is just craziness right before Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. And I feel really bad for the family of little Melodee, her grandma, on her. I just feel bad. It's just really sad. It's good to see all of you guys in chat. I really do appreciate you. Hey, Raymond, good to see you, my friend. Hey, Wendy, thank you so much for comments, my friend. Really do appreciate you. Thank you for the bacon coverage. Thank you, Miss A. Wendy. Really do appreciate you. I try to keep you guys notified on the community post as well. So make sure you check out those. And I did a short whenever, it was breaking that she had been found. Okay, so let's start where we start. And for those of you that have no idea, really, about this case, little Melodee Buzzard, 9 years old, and we last very mysterious circumstances, right? Very, very mysterious circumstances. How all of this just took place. Pretty weird, actually. Let me show you. Little Melodee, bless her little soul. She's with her father now. Her father died in a motorcycle accident. And she really never knew her father or anything. So that's, she's with her father. Yeah. But this is 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard, and her disappearance, it really set off months of concern and questions, and now ultimately a criminal investigation. And how it started was Melodee was reported missing earlier this year, and at the time, the details were pretty limited, but there was a lot of concern immediately, mainly because of her age and that her mother was not speaking about what happened to her own daughter. Kind of give you the Lori Vallow Daybell-esque kind of feeling. But law enforcement, they've always been kind of treating this like a criminal, not criminal. I don't want to say criminal. We'll just say a missing child's investigation, which typically focuses on locating the child alive as quick as possible. But months went by, weeks, and then months, with very few public updates, and very little speaking from the police, nothing really. Um, but that's kind of common. They kind of keep it tight-lipped when they don't really maybe know a lot, or they just don't want anything out. But during the time of the investigation, investigators were obviously working behind the scenes. FBI was on this as well because she's under 12 years of old, and it went over state lines as well. And they was just kind of piecing everything together. Travel information and possible locations connected to Melodee. There was also private investigators working on this as well. But as the weeks went on, it became clear, in at least my opinion, that there was something more to this. It's very rare when a parent says, they know where their child is, but they're not going to tell you. Um, a lot of people thought she was just out, not going, that she was just maybe in fear for something or whatever. But yeah, that's it's crazy. In early December this month, investigators located human remains in Utah. Now, we did not know anything about that. We had no idea about all of that, right? DNA testing was conducted, though, and authorities later confirmed those remains belonged to little 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard. The confirmation, that's obviously a big turning point in this case. It goes from a missing child's case to a homicide, or a death investigation, at least. Shortly after DNA was confirmed, Melodee's mother, Ashlee Buzzard, was taken into custody just earlier. Authorities have since stated that her arrest is in connection to the investigation of Melodee's death, right? Now, a few things that we know is Melodee's Buzzard has been confirmed deceased, but her remains were found in Utah, and Ashlee's been arrested, but law enforcement has not told us how that she died, right? The cause. We probably know the manner of how she died, but I'll wait for them to, kind of talk on that. Okay. Now, let's before anyone kind of knew that even Melodee was missing, she was homeschooled, right? And she had not been turning in work. And that obviously set off alarm bells for the school. And they had sent, I guess, CPS out there, or just did a wellness check to make sure everything was okay. But it wasn't. Melodee was gone, and Ashlee Buzzard was acting very, very odd, not cooperating with the police. She was arrested a while back on unrelated charges for allegedly holding someone in the home and not letting them go, which we've talked a lot about that, right? So hopefully in this press conference, we're going to get the cause of death and the manner of death. At least I'm sure that there has been an autopsy done with that as well. Okay, so let's get on to The Sun has just released an article that I want to go over. Guys, if you're just joining us, make sure you please hit that thumbs up button. Would mean so much to me. Tropicana, thank you so much, my dear. She just really is. And you know what really gets stuck in my head? that video of Ashlee and Melodee with the car rental. Melodee is like this, kind of, swaying a little bit. It's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable to see that now. And do you guys think, in your opinion, which we don't know, I want to make it clear, but in your opinion, as of now, do you think this was premeditated? Was this, if I can't have you, no one else can? This is going to bring up a lot of discussion of mental health, obviously, as well. Now, Melodee Buzzard has lost other children in the past as well, right? And there was talks about Melodee going with other family members or whatever. But when they found some things in the house a while back, when they were doing the forensics on the house, that's when I felt like she was no longer alive. The things that they had found allegedly in a room, in the walls, and all that. Now, family has came and said that with her other child that she had, a boy, that the house was a disaster, and that the refrigerator, there was just like rotten food in it, and the kids were just not being her son was just not being cared for at the time. And that son was taken away. Can you imagine looking at your own mother? No, I think about that. I think about that. And you want to talk about betrayal. That is the most betrayal. Not understanding what your mother or your father is doing to you while you're looking. Because you're a kid, man. You're scared as hell. Adults are scared, let alone a child. And the thing is, Ashlee drove across half of the country essentially in like 72 hours. This was quick. We know that Ashlee and Melodee was in Nebraska, and they had left there, and somewhere in Utah is where little Melodee was found. How they found them? Soldier girl, good to see you, honey. Where you been? Good to see you. Um, she did something. She did something, and I guess the multi-agency investigators, FBI, has been doing a remarkable job, because I know it was not easy to find. Right? It took time. It took a lot of cameras, um, data to come back, phones, car data, just all kinds of stuff. And then they had to find Melodee, where that car was, triangulate these pings, all of that. Right? Yep. That's right, Army. Yep. Holy shit. I've been muted that long. Oh my God. So sorry. I'm going to bite my tongue and log off after that. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Damn. I was going hard too. Okay. Let's restart that. Let's restart that then. All right. So the mother, okay. Let me just start. The child's mother, Ashlee Buzzard, 40, had been taken into custody in the connection with Melodee's disappearance. And I didn't mute, actually, my microphone went out. So Melodee first went missing in October when she was last spotted on a road trip with her mother. The two were reported to be driven from Nebraska, located around 1,600 miles from their home in Lompoc, California. Ashlee returned from the road trip, but Melodee was nowhere to be found, and no plausible explanation was given to her whereabouts. The Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office announced today that, quote, major developments, end quote, has been made in the case. Law enforcement sources told ABC News that the child's body was found earlier this month in Utah, near the area the pair had traveled. Officers were reportedly waiting for DNA results before sharing the news, according to the sources. Ashlee was arrested following the DNA results, and sources say that the daughter was most likely deceased before she was even reported missing. I'm going to show you the video here shortly of them arresting her. Ashlee could be seen taking away from the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office. Melodee's grandmother confirmed the story of the mother's arrest by KSBY. Okay. Neighbors told the outlet that Ashlee was arrested at 7:45 a.m. after authorities banged on the door and used a metal tool to pry it open. Wow, that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. In November, the mother was taken into custody on unrelated charges of false imprisonment after detectives learned of a recent incident where she prevented a victim from leaving a location. However, a judge granted her release on condition of GPS supervision. Melodee was initially thought to have not been seen for over a year. I remember that when this first started, it was like, oh my God, she's been missing a year. And then we figured, I guess, it all out. But police said she was seen with her mother on a road trip as recently as October 7th, right? Now, get this, guys. The photo that I'm, used to seeing that of Melanie, that photo was taken in 2023. We're almost in 2026, right? It's these kids out here, guys, they are being so neglected. So many of these kids, it's just sick. Yacht Club, good to see you, my dear. Thank you so much, Yacht Club. Appreciate you, my love. Thank you so much for your support, Miss Yacht. Good to see you, honey. Merry Christmas to you and yours, and hopefully you have the brightest 2026 and the best year of your life so far. In August 2025, Lompoc School District verified that Melodee was seen. October 7th of this year, verified sighting of Melodee and Ashlee. This is when they were reportedly began the trip to Nebraska. But October 10th, Ashlee returned to Lompoc without Melodee. October 14th, 4 days later, a welfare request by the Lompoc Unified School District was made. Police contacted Ashlee, who was unable to provide a reasonable explanation of Melodee's whereabouts. The next day, on October 15th, detectives serve a search warrant for Ashlee's home. October 18th, a few days later, the FBI joins the investigation. Very interesting. After they did the forensics in the home, that's when the FBI then joins, and something wasn't right. Right. Now, October 24th, Ashlee remains uncooperative. Still, November 2025, Ashlee is arrested on charges unrelated to the case, but a judge granted her release, again with GPS supervision. December 23rd, today, reports come out of Melodee's remains being found, and Ashlee is photographed being arrested. On the trip, Ashlee was said to be driving a white Malibu rental car, which she no longer had. Remember, she tried to go get another rental car as well, and apparently she didn't have the money. Allegedly, also, Ashlee has a shopping addiction. So if she's got this shopping addiction, a lot of people thought, well, maybe she sold her or something like that. But I don't know how and where she was getting her money. Very interesting to think about. I'm sure we'll find out if trial goes on. Investigators believe the Malibu traveled through several small towns on October 9th, including Green River and in Utah, before going through northern Arizona, Primm in Nevada, and finally Ranchero. How do you pronounce that? I'll butcher it. Cucamonga. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm so bad at Spanish. In California. Okay. So, question, guys. Well, not really a question, a comment. When they were looking at Ashlee, where she had driven, this is not some place that she didn't take main routes, right? You got to remember, she was actively, clear as day, trying to be avoided, right? You've got both of them in wigs, a 9-year-old in a wig, right? All of this covered up, in disguise. You've got a rental car, and you've got fake plates on that as well. Then you have them taking routes that you wouldn't take normally, because it takes a hell of a lot longer, right? To go through all these small towns when you can take, a freeway, a highway, an interstate. Oh, it definitely does sound premeditated, ST. We'll have to see what, authorities say in this press conference coming up, but it definitely does sound a little premeditated, if you ask me, because I don't see how. I mean, I guess they, attorneys, her attorneys could make the argument, so what? We wear wigs. So what? We were going, you know, to see someone. It's a free country. And, they'll make up something, I'm sure. But that's it's very interesting how all this is played out, to say the least. Okay. So where was I? The 9-year-old who hasn't been photographed in 2 years. Well, I can tell you something. Miss Ashlee Buzzard loved to be photographed, didn't she? She loved to be photographed, but you're not taking a photo of your child. I want to weep for this little girl, y'all. I just get like these thoughts in my head about what she went through. Ashlee, I believe, was Satan to her. I truly do believe that. The 9-year-old who had been photographed for 2 years was first reported missing on October 14th after school officials noticed she had been absent for a period of time. Melodee has been enrolled in school since August, but failed to turn up. Police swooped in on Ashlee's home following the missing persons report, but they didn't get any answers from her. Question: if you believe, do you believe, I'm asking your opinion, right? Yes or no in chat. Do you believe the school should be held more accountable? Like if kids that go to like a public school or a private school, they have to show up, right? And if they don't show up, you're getting a knock at your door in a couple days, right? Truancy officers or whoever, which I don't think California has them anymore, which is ridiculous as well, in my opinion. Like you can just miss as many days as you want. Is that how it works now, California? Like if she hadn't been at school for a week or something like that, no uh, excuses or anything like that, could they have potentially saved her? I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts on that though, because they let this go a really long time. They let it go a really long time. And just within, like if they would have called a week sooner, you know, it may or may not have done anything. I don't like to see the what ifs, but I do believe if it was like my kid or your kid, something would have been done. Something would have been done. I don't know. Okay. Now let's see here. Police swooped in on Ashlee's home following the missing persons report, but they didn't get any answer from her. Ashlee was reported uncooperative from police, sparking major concerns from the public and Melodee's family. Quote, I am horrified for my little niece. I can't imagine what she's gone through, end quote. Melodee's aunt, Vicky Shade, told the LA Times. Signs remain outside of Buzzard's home asking where Melodee is. Guys, okay. Do y'all remember whenever the cousin went to knock on the door and Ashlee was out there and Ashlee was like, I can't believe you're doing this or whatever. And then the guy that was held up in the 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 home, do you remember he said there was like an altar that Ashlee made with her daughter Melodee? That gives me chills now thinking about that. Can you? Ooh. Because we wondered, like, why the hell did she make an altar? Remember, she took the signs out of the yard, which was shocking to begin with, right? And then this guy, he's like, yeah, she's like cutting out the faces from the signs, and she made like a little altar with her daughter. I mean, you got to be a little something wrong. You know what I mean? Uh, to drive 1,600 miles um, in 72 hours. Again, remember, it was a 19-hour drive each way. 19 hours each way. That's not including gas, right? That's not including stopping and eating, using the restroom, any of that. So She allegedly made it from California to as far as Nebraska, 1700 miles. Like, that's mania, right? On couch pillows. Yep. Yep. Yeah. The two small altars in the home are to honor the loved ones that has passed. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do it, I mean, it's not weird in my opinion for someone who does that with a deceased loved one, right? Like we all do things to honor our close loved ones, but to drive, I don't know, 20 hours, unalive your child, take the long way back home, and go back home, not work with authorities, and trap someone in a house and build an altar, that's a little much, if you ask me, right? That's a little much. I put parents' pictures in cremations, no pillow made as a yeah. I mean, like my grandmother. I have a blanket with a picture of us on it that we had together. Those things that's normal. That's normal. It's not normal to allegedly unalive your child and then build an altar and not tell people. That's not normal, right? Exactly. How did she stay up and drive? I don't know, maybe with a little help, perhaps. I don't know, to be quite honest. I'm sure we'll know more though. Okay. Signs remain outside the Buzzard's home asking where Melodee is. Taken away, rather. Lily Denny's, the 9-year-old parents, paternal rather, grandmother, said she was in the process of adopting the child when she went missing. Now, there we go. Again, it sounds like to me, this is just my opinion. Again, we don't know anything about the press conference and we'll know more later. But just preliminary of what I personally think as of now. I believe that this was a case of classic filicide. Classic. If I can't have my daughter, you can't either. I'm not going to let someone else have my child without me. I want to hurt you as bad as you're hurting me. So they unalive the child. Very classic filicide. Mothers tend to do it more. Not that fathers can't, because it happens. But mothers tend to do it more. Melodee's dad, is it Rubil? Rubil? I'm really bad with Spanish names. Okay, Rubil, yeah. Mesa died in 2016 motorbike accident after she was born. The grandmother told Fox Digital that Ashlee was, quote, mentally ill, end quote. Quote, when I met her, my son brought her to the house, end quote, she said. Quote, she looked so quiet and she was following me with her eyes back and forth. I told my son, is this girl okay? She doesn't look like she's normal. Something is wrong with the lady. The grandmother said she was thrilled when social services contacted her and asked if she wanted to take Melodee. The grandmother said she hasn't seen Melodee in years since her mother, quote, took her away. Melodee's aunt, Elizabeth Meza, backed up the grandmother's claims as the family hadn't seen the girl in years. The grandmother said Ashlee hasn't let the family see Melodee in 4 years. Again, yeah, this is really, really bad. right? Classic filicide, if you ask me. Something is very wrong here. We got about 22 minutes until we get to the press conference. I need to find out who's going to be streaming it. Look at this. This is from FBI.gov. I just want to weep. I do. I just want to weep seeing this video, guys. Little Melodee. God, I swear, I hate this. This is, oh. Why do they put these kids through this? Why? Right? I don't know. One second. Let me play this right here. Why is it doing this? 1 second. I wonder if they've updated this. You can tell she looks like she does something with her eyes. Right? No, honey. Filicide is when you kill unalive one. Familicide is when you unalive more than one family member. That's familicide. Filicide is one. Oh, what did it do? Okay, moving on here. What happened? Okay, there we go. All right. I'm so sad over this, but I knew this was, yeah, I think we all kind of knew this. You know what I mean? Roswell, good to see you, baby. 2 months coming in clutch. How you doing, girl? Thank you, Dustin, for always covering these. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much for your support, Roswell. Really, really do appreciate you. Hey, Trishy, good to see you. Ridiculous looking old battle axe. Well, let me show you the video of today when they arrested her. She was taken out without a wig. Her hair looks like it's grown by the hair of her chinny chin chin. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Look, she's got on those damn heels. Same damn heels. Same damn heels. I cannot stand those heels that she's wearing. Girl. She's the only person I've ever seen wear more makeup than me. I'm telling you. Perp walk, perp walk. Yeah, like the Austin Powers heels. I mean, listen. Like, seriously, she looks like she lost a lot of weight. Because she used to be a big girl. But I don't know if it was like, people lose weight for different reasons. It can be because you want to, it can be because of illness, it can be because of medications. Some medications will make you gain weight, some medications will make you lose weight. It could be she's off her medication as well, right? But it's let me see here.
Hey, fuck.
Oh, crap. I thought there was more videos than this. I've got her thingy right here. Guys, do me a favor if you're just joining us, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Ashlee Buzzard, Ashlee L. Buzzard, 92585. She's same age as me. Inmate number, mark this down with your pins, ladies and gentlemen, 0619167. Will this be your permanent number? Probably not. Probably not. But height 62 inches. Okay. Let's do some math here. 60. That's, oh, she's short. 6236. That's what, 5'1" ish. 5'1", right? 5'1", 5'2". Holy moly, she's only 40. Yep. And 145 pounds. Brown hair. I thought she had red hair. Or is that just dyed? Yeah. Where was she found? She was found in Utah, but we don't know. She was found earlier this month. It's 5'1" is what it is. 5'5" to 5'2" for me. Dyer wig. Yeah. I don't know why she would call it that color though. It's like a baby shit red. Okay. Occupied. She's unemployed. No bail as of now. No next court date. Don't know. Arrested obviously today. She's at the Southern Branch Jail. No visiting hours currently. And custody status, actively in custody. Last uploaded today at 11:50:07, and that was Pacific time. Pacific. Okay. Moving on here. Let me see who is going to be streaming this as well. Oh, I need to show you guys this as well. Damn, maybe. We're going to get to this right now. At a Court TV, our friends from Court TV, guys, make sure you sub up to Court TV. Mods, if you would drop Court TV's link, I would greatly appreciate it. Our friends at Court TV, love Court TV. Love Vinny and all of them.
I'm Julia Janae with Court TV, and we have some major breaking news for you out of California. The body of missing 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard has been found, and her mother, Ashlee Buzzard, has been arrested in connection with her daughter's murder. The paternal grandmother of little Melodee telling our affiliate KSBY there on California's Central Coast this morning that she was told this by detectives, that Melodee Buzzard's body was found in early December in Utah in an area where the mother and daughter had traveled. Now, law enforcement officials believe that Melodee was killed and that it's likely she's been dead since October. That's according to law enforcement sources telling ABC News. They say that she was known to be missing. Investigators have been waiting on DNA to come back on those human remains, which now have come back, confirming it was indeed Melodee. Now, Ashlee Buzzard was arrested due to that DNA test return. That's according to those law enforcement sources. The investigation into the missing girl was sparked back in October, where her school reported her extended absence. Authorities determined that Melodee and...
Isn't she just the cutest little thing there? Oh my precious. Oh my gosh. Guys, people just have no idea. Like, the thing that these parents kill what we are begging for, what a lot of us are begging God for, right? And it just blows my mind. When I first started having kids, it took plane trips, fertility doctors, all kinds of stuff. And now I have 3 children that are teenagers. But I used to pray, God, let me just have children, you know. And it just blows my mind that they're exterminating their children. Right? I have 3 boys. I would always wanted a little girl too. It's just amazing to me. Just amazing to me. Oh, thank you, Miss Kelly. Good to see you, my dear. Appreciate your support. This case about made me lose it. I know you remember, Justin. I can't understand how a mother can do something like this. And what about Melodee's half sister? I am heartbroken. Yes, I know, Kelly. I know. Really, really, really sad. Thank you so much, my friend, for your support. And just thoughts and just like around Christmas too. Like, what, 2 days before Christmas? Insanity.
Absence. Authorities determined that Melodee and Ashlee left their California home on October 7th for this 3-day road trip that took them all the way to Nebraska. And you remember this surveillance video of Ashlee seeming to wear a wig along with her daughter. They were last seen together on October 7th at that car rental company in their hometown. Now, Melodee was last seen alive on October 9th near the Colorado-Utah border. This is according to authorities that when Buzzard returned the vehicle at that car rental later, Melodee was not with her. Now, Ashlee never cooperated with authorities during the search for her daughter, and she was actually charged in November with false imprisonment for not letting a man leave her house who was trying to help her find Melodee. But those charges were eventually dismissed, and she was released. But again, she has been rearrested at her home this morning in connection with her daughter's death. We will keep you updated with any new developments. For now, we'll go back into the programming that's already in progress. Judgment with Ashlee Banfield.
Okay, KUTV. I think KUTV is going to be streaming it. Probably Court TV. Our friends at Court TV will be as well. So got about 11 minutes before this is scheduled to start. So echo, Mama Chicken. Is there an echo now? Is there an echo now? I haven't had an echo since 1976. That's crazy. I don't know why there's an echo. I was in the wrong chat. Alicia, oh my gourd. Ashlee never cooperated, similar with MBM never cooperating. I guess we'll have to answer if MBM doesn't cooperate with authorities. Yeah, good point. Good point. Echo is gone now. Sometimes when I play the music, I don't know why it echoes like that. Kelly, the father is deceased. Yes, Ashlee Buzzard, Melodee, rather, Buzzard's father passed away. And just craziness. Okay. We're going to play some Fox News while I look for these streams so we can stream this. Bear with me, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you guys would be so kind and please hit that thumbs up button, share this live out. You are the ones that make a difference for this channel. So thank you so much for your support.
Melodee Buzzard vanished last month during a road trip to Kansas with her mother. Surveillance video shows them at a car rental agency a few weeks ago, and Matt Finn is following up on this story with the very latest for us. This is a scary, sad situation, Matt.
Yeah, Martha, 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard, she was reported missing by a school administrator 1 month ago today. And since then, police say Melodee's mother, Ashlee, held a man against his will at her home. He claims it's because she revealed where her daughter is. Now, Ashlee, with the short hair, pleaded not guilty in court this week for a felony false imprisonment.
Hold on. Okay, wait a second. Why did this Fox News guy say Ashlee with the short hair? Ashlee with the short hair. Why did they say this shit? You know, Ashlee with the short hair. That Ashlee. Hey, Spirit Seeker. Good to see you, Dove. Dove, love. I need to go back to bed, I think. Okay, sorry. Okay.
charge for allegedly locking a man in her home while holding a box cutter. Ashlee and her missing daughter, 9-year-old Melodee, went on a 3-day road trip last month from Southern California to Nebraska.
Okay. I mean, who hasn't held someone up with a box cutter, right? Come on. Come on. It's not like that uncommon, is it?
Detectives say Melodee, the little girl, was last seen on video surveillance on October 9th between the Colorado and Utah border. Police say her mother intentionally switched out a California license plate on a white Chevy Malibu rental car with a New York plate. Little Melodee has not been seen since that road trip. The Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office says surveillance from October 7th at a rental car business shows Melodee, the child, believed to be in a wig and a gray hoodie, and her mother, also with a large curly wig on. Now, Ashlee's mother-in-law says Ashlee's appearance has changed recently with weight loss, and sometimes Ashlee ditches that big curly wig.
I don't think I can speak to her.
Oh, she absolutely was allegedly since October, yes, deceased.
I would punch her. I don't care if they put me in jail.
Now, this is the grandma. This is the paternal fathers of Melodee's. This is grandma that was going to take Melodee, but apparently Miss Ashlee allegedly, I mean, they haven't said that she's unalived her, but I don't know how a mother doesn't cooperate in her daughter's investigation and goes on a road trip and doesn't come back with her. So,
but I want to know where my granddaughter is. What's going on?
I like
her. The Santa
her.
Barbara County Sheriff's Office has identified areas Melodee and her mother traveled on that road trip, including Utah, Arizona, Nevada, and Colorado, and California. It's on your screen. The sheriff is asking people to review surveillance video from that area. Back to you guys.
Boy, that's a scary story. Matt, thank you very much.
Okay. All right. We got about 6 minutes before it's supposed to start. Let's trying to.
So more than 100.
Bear with me 1 second as I get it all together. Poor grandma's so senseless rather than. Yes, but that's evil. This is what evil people do. And again, sometimes I guess you could say it's mental health or whatever, but it's just evil. It really is. 1 second. Let's go to the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. They might be streaming it from there as well. Here we go. Santa Barbara. Do they not got a Facebook page? Okay, here we go. Hold on. Did they not update? They're on Twitter too, or X, I guess you could say. Okay, see them there. KSBY. KSBY. Okay, they haven't started their feed on that one yet. Let me try this. Santa Maria. Watch investigator continues. You guys remember, like, there's a photo of, it looks to be Melodee and Ashlee at the door on like the Google Maps or whatever. ABC 7. Let's try them real quick. Okay, nobody's got the feed up yet that I see. Okay, 1 second here. Go to ABC7. Sometimes they run a little late as well, so we'll have to kind of wait and see here. Ashlee Buzzard press conference. Yep, ABC7 is going to be as well. Okay, here we go.
Year. A last-minute getaway to enjoy the new year.
All right, this is live. So we're going to just kind of wait and see right here. As let's see here. Kind of just wait on that for one moment. Who found the child? The authorities did. So do I. I love premium. It's worth it. And even if like you get like a few friends, you can do the family the plan, and it'll it's just like a few bucks a month, and it is so worth it. So worth it. To say the very least. Okay. See if ABC7's got it on their Facebook yet. They updated something 26 minutes ago, but it's nothing to do live. Nope. Storm updates. Okay. 2 seconds, y'all. About 2 minutes, but still nobody is. Got it. Did I see it? Oh, I'm sorry, Linda. Go to Court TV real quick. Nope. They don't either. Let me check this. We use the family plan, and we can get 5 or 6 people. It's like 25 singles, like 13. Yeah. Yep. And sometimes they have like sales on it as well. They do. Okay, let me see here. Melodee Buzzard press conference. Still nothing. Let me see if they got it like this. Let me go to the group. Bear with me, guys. If anyone sees anyone company streaming it, let me know, because the group's just blowing up right now because of check the Santa Barbara sheriff. Nothing there. Check KSBY. Okay, it should be HTC. Okay, I don't see a feed yet. I mean, oh, hold on. I think I'm just impatient. One second. Here we go. Nope. Nope. It hasn't started because I just checked other channels and nope. So it's not just me. They're probably just running late with the feeds because I'll get it the second it starts. Hidden. Are they showing the weather right there? Yep. Okay. So yeah, they're always late. Even the Santa Barbara doesn't even have it up yet. So I guess it's got to be going to be late a couple minutes. It usually just starts all literally at once. Santa Barbara. They don't really do a lot of updating on their thing, though. Court TV doesn't have it yet either. Nope. Nope. They don't. Let me check one more place. Okay. Nope. I have a feeling it's going to be roadside. Yeah, I mean, probably out in the desert or something like that. That's where I'm at. I see you, I think. Oh, no, wait, hold on. Okay. But they aren't now, right? Okay. KSBY. Is there? Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Starting. Here we go. Volume up.
Two things that are going to be new on these slides here. One is a map, and the other one is an updated timeline. We will be sending that out after the press conference, so you'll have that information available for you. I also want to go over our list of speakers and kind of tell you who they are. You're going to hear today from Santa Barbara County Sheriff Bill Brown. You'll hear from Sheriff's Lieutenant Chris Gotchell, who leads the Criminal Investigation Division. And then you'll also hear from Special Agent in Charge Patrick Brandy from the Los Angeles Field Office. Immediately following remarks, we will have a brief Q&A session. I do want to emphasize that this investigation remains ongoing, so there are going to be some pieces of information that we don't have available for release just yet. We did do a very thorough job of trying to provide you with the most amount of information that we possibly could without compromising the investigation. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Sheriff Bill Brown.
Well, thank you, and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here with us today. I am Santa Barbara County Sheriff Coroner Bill Brown, and today I am deeply saddened to report to you that the body of Melodee Buzzard, the 9-year-old child who went missing from the Lompoc area in October of this year, has been found in a rural area outside of Canesville in Wayne County, Utah. And that this morning at approximately 7:51 a.m., members of our sheriff's office and the FBI arrested her mother, Ashlee Buzzard, for her murder. Maternal filicide is rare and always difficult to comprehend. But this level of criminal activity is particularly shocking given the calculated, cold-blooded, and criminally sophisticated premeditation and heartlessness that went into planning it, and the ruthlessness that went into actually committing the crime. We have recovered a significant amount of evidence that clearly indicates that this heinous crime was committed by Ashlee Buzzard, Melodee's mother, and the very person upon who she relied upon and trusted the most in this world. From the moment this case was reported, our detectives pursued every lead with determination, with urgency, and with compassion. Our investigators and those of our allied agencies worked simultaneously on multiple fronts, some maintaining around-the-clock surveillance of Ashlee Buzzard, while others focused on the painstaking collection, analysis, and verification of physical, digital, and forensic evidence. That sustained effort was critical in bringing this case to where it stands today. Throughout this investigation, our detectives faced deliberate efforts to prevent them from finding Melodee and uncovering the truth. Despite those attempts, their focus never wavered. They remained disciplined, methodical, and relentless in their pursuit of the facts. Whenever obstacles were placed in their path, they overcame them. When cooperation was withheld, they relied on the evidence. Their commitment did not falter, and their determination did not fade. They followed the facts wherever they led, and that ultimately is what brought clarity and resolution to this case. Now I'm going to go over a timeline of the major developments in this case. Before I do that, though, and before I walk through it, I want to thank in particular, and we'll go into some further detail of our allied agencies that helped us, but two in particular that I want to recognize at the start of this, and that is the Federal Bureau of Investigation, which has been with us throughout the investigation and has helped us not only in our regional area, but also out of state. And I particularly want to thank Sheriff Micah Gully and the members of the Wayne County Sheriff's Office in Wayne County, Utah, and every other agency that assisted us with their partnership, their professionalism, and for their commitment to this case. This level of coordination among jurisdictions was essential. It was superb, and we are grateful for the support provided at every stage. While this remains an active criminal case and certain details are still being investigated and cannot be disclosed at this time, I can share with you now a timeline outlining the major investigative milestones. October 14th, 2005, a school administrator reported Melodee's prolonged absence from school. Deputies responded to the family's residence in Lompoc, where her mother, Ashlee Buzzard, was contacted. Melodee was not at the residence, and Ashlee provided no verifiable explanation for Melodee's whereabouts. October 15th, 2025, detectives served a search warrant at the Buzzard residence in the 500 block of Mars Avenue in the Lompoc area, looking for evidence pertaining to Melodee's whereabouts. Subsequent to the search warrant, it was determined that Ashlee had recently rented a car and video surveillance images were obtained showing Ashlee and Melodee at the rental car office, both of them wearing wigs in an apparent attempt to conceal their identity. These images were shared with the public on October the 22nd in an attempt to obtain additional information about their whereabouts. On October 24th, 2025, detectives shared an updated timeline and travel route with the public of Melodee's last known movements along a multi-state round-trip travel route that included California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, Wyoming, and Nebraska, with a return route including Kansas, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, and then back to California. Detectives learned that along this trip, Ashlee switched the license plates on the vehicle she had rented to a New York plate and found out that she would back her vehicle into gas stations in an apparent attempt to avoid detection by their surveillance cameras. Melodee was last seen on video surveillance with Ashlee on the Colorado side of the Colorado-Utah border on Thursday, October 9th, 2025. And detectives now believe that Melodee was murdered shortly after that stop. On October the 30th, sheriff's detectives, along with the FBI evidence response team, responded and served follow-up search warrants at the home of Ashlee Buzzard, as well as for a storage locker that she had rented and upon the car that she had recently rented as well. During the search of the Mars Avenue residence, an expended cartridge case was recovered. During the search of the vehicle, a live round of similar ammunition was located. Detectives submitted the expended cartridge case to the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives for inclusion in their national database called NIBIN, the National Integrated Ballistic Information Network. December the 6th, 2025, members of the Wayne County Sheriff's Office in Utah responded to a call from a man and a woman who were taking photos just off the 3300 block of East State Route 24 in a remote part of Wayne County, Utah. This couple had discovered the decomposed body of a deceased person off of the side adjacent to West Caneville Road. On December 8th, 2025, a member of the Wayne County Sheriff's Office notified the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office of the discovery of the unidentified found body. Although immediate identification of the deceased person was not possible, it was apparent that the decedent was a female who had died from gunshot wounds to the head. December 17th, 2025, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives examination of cartridge cases found at the Utah crime scene resulted in a NIBIN hit, linking them to the single cartridge case that was found at the Buzzard residence. On December 22nd, yesterday, the FBI Crime Lab notified our agency that DNA analysis had determined that the remains found in Utah were a familial DNA match to Ashlee Buzzard. Today, December 23rd, 2025, members of the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office and the FBI served search and arrest warrants at the Mars Avenue residence and arrested Ashlee Lynn Buzzard for the murder of Melodee Buzzard. Ashlee was taken into custody without incident, and she was booked at the Northern Branch Jail for first-degree murder, where she is currently being held without bail.
Evil
While these
bitch.
developments represent important steps towards holding Ashlee Buzzard accountable for the murder of her daughter, they do not diminish the profound loss that we are acknowledging today. Because this case is now moving through the court system, there are limits on what additional detail we can share publicly at this time. At this point, I'm going to ask Lieutenant Chris Gottschall to recognize the personnel and agencies whose work in our region was instrumental in this investigation.
Thank you, Sheriff. Good afternoon. This case required an extraordinary level of coordination and commitment amongst all agencies. I want to specifically recognize the detectives who tirelessly worked from the very beginning, including lead detective Joe Oliver, Detective Ruben Esparza, Detective Matt Maxwell, Detective Cliff Kabasig, Detective Thomas Brownlee, and Sergeant Jeff McDonald, along with numerous investigators, sheriff's deputies, professional staff, and support personnel who contributed countless hours to this effort. I'd also like to acknowledge our allied agencies whose cooperation and assistance were essential to advancing this investigation across multiple jurisdictions. A special thanks to our Santa Maria resident agency of the FBI, Supervisory Senior Resident Agent Mike Rusev, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the California Department of Justice, the Santa Barbara County District Attorney's Office, Santa Barbara County Child Welfare Services, the Lompoc Unified School District, and Santa Barbara County Search and Rescue. At this time, I would like to invite Special Agent in Charge Patrick Grandy, executive from the FBI Los Angeles Field Office, to speak about the FBI's key role in supporting this investigation. Thank you, Sheriff.
Good afternoon. My name is Patrick Grandy. I'm a special agent in charge with the FBI's Los Angeles Field Office. Various FBI field offices in multiple states devoted resources to this investigation, and I can confidently speak on behalf of all FBI employees when I say that our collective hearts are broken as a result of this senseless outcome. The agents in our Santa Maria office, just north of here, worked tirelessly for the past couple of months with the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office, and this has no doubt affected them as well personally. We were all hoping to find Melodee alive, as you undoubtedly were as well. That said, the FBI will continue to provide resources to the County of Santa Barbara as they pursue justice for Melodee, whether that be laboratory services, running down leads in other states, or other investigative assets. As I mentioned, this investigation spanned multiple states. FBI field offices in Denver, Kansas City, Las Vegas, Omaha, Salt Lake City, San Diego, and San Francisco, as well as numerous other local partners, provided resources. In particular, as the sheriff mentioned, the Wayne County Sheriff's Department in Utah and their medical examiner for their dedication to Melodee's remains once they were found. Thank you in advance for bearing with me, as I would like to recognize the following agencies that also played a significant role in this investigation. As the sheriff mentioned, it was quite extensive. From the state of Colorado, the Chaffee County Sheriff's Office, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, Colorado Department of Transportation, Colorado State Police, Fremont County Sheriff's Office, Grand Junction, Colorado Police Department, Gunnison Police Department, Gunnison Sheriff's Office, Salida Police Department. From the state of Nebraska, the Nebraska State Police. From the state of Utah, the Paiute County Sheriff's Office, St. George Police Department, the Utah State Bureau of Investigation, and the Utah Department of Public Safety. Lastly, I'd like to recognize the media for reporting on this story continuously, and for members of the public who called in tips. We continue to urge anyone with information about Melodee's murder to contact law enforcement. Thank you, and I'll turn it back over to the sheriff. Thank you. Let me just conclude by saying these remarks. The circumstances of Melodee Buzzard's murder are heartbreaking. All of us who have been involved in this case have been deeply affected by it. We were hoping against hope that she would be safely found. This outcome is deeply tragic, and on behalf of the entire Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office, I want to extend our deepest condolences to those who knew and loved Melodee. I want to take a moment to speak directly to the Meza and Buzzard families who have endured unimaginable pain throughout this ordeal. Their strength, their patience, and their steadfast hope have been evident from the very beginning. No family should ever have to experience this kind of loss, and our hearts are with them today and will be with them in the difficult days ahead. We stand with them and we remain committed to securing justice for Melodee. I also want to thank the members of the media, both you here in our region and those out of state, for your continued coverage, including the conveyance of Melodee's image and the circumstances of her disappearance all across America. Your involvement played a meaningful role in advancing this investigation. To the members of our community who followed this case closely, thank you for your engagement, for your support, and for your willingness to come forward with information. The loss of a child is among the most profound tragedies any community can endure, and that loss is exacerbated when it is at the hand of someone else, and particularly at the hand of the one who should have loved them the most. Today, we stand together in grief, but also with resolve. Melodee deserved a far better life than she had. We will honor her memory by ensuring that every step of this process is handled with care, compassion, and a steadfast commitment to justice. Our investigation does not end here. We will continue working closely with prosecutors and ensure that the judicial process moves forward with integrity. May God bless the innocent soul of Melodee Buzzard, who we will never, ever forget. Thank you, and I'll now turn it back over to our PIO, Rock Kelsey.
We have a lot of time if anybody has any follow-up questions. Again, reinforcing the fact that we do have an ongoing investigation, and while we're balanced transparency with seeking justice for Melodee. So we do have an opportunity to take just a few questions. Yes, Crystal.
Yeah, Raquel, I'm just curious, do we believe at this moment that Ashlee acted alone? Or is there any potential leads that other suspects may be involved?
So the question is, do we believe that Ashlee acted alone in this homicide? I'll turn it over to Lieutenant Gottschall. Please step to the podium.
Thank you for your question. Our investigation thus far has revealed that at this time, we don't believe that anyone else was involved.
Right here, yes.
Raquel, the sheriff mentioned the retrieval of cartridges and the live rounds. Is the murder weapon in evidence?
So the question is about the location of the murder weapon, if we have that in our evidence or in our possession at this time. I'll turn that over to Sheriff Brown.
Thank you. Yeah, the short answer is no. We do not have the murder weapon yet, but we continue to seek it.
I'll come back to you for your follow-up question in just a moment. Go ahead, yes.
Will this case be tried in Santa Barbara County or elsewhere?
Okay, so the question is where this trial.
And why the fuck are you freezing on me?
Will take place. I believe Sheriff Brown will have a
There we
response
go.
for that.
Yes, the plan is that this trial will take place here, since the intent was believed to have been formed here in our county prior to going on this road trip and committing the actual crime.
So we're going to have room for just a couple more questions. I'll volley back here. Yes.
And for any of you, I know early in the investigation, investigators had been out in those various areas along the road trip. Had that area in Wayne County been searched at all?
So the question is if investigators on their initial routes had been through that area of Wayne County. I believe you're asking if we specifically probably been to the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
I'm going to refer to Lieutenant Goschel for that.
Thank you for your question. We've been following a ton of leads, looking at a lot of different data and information. It is an expansive area of the United States that we were researching, and unfortunately, we didn't have specific location information until recently.
Yes.
When can we expect a mugshot of Ashlee to be released?
I'll have you email me privately on that. We'll proceed with that. We'll take one final question here, and then that'll be a wrap for us. Yes.
Is there a motive that you can share with us at all?
The question is to a motive. If we have one established, I'll have Sheriff Brown cover.
We have not established a motive at this point. We have obviously established that it is what's known as a filicide, the slaying of a child, in this case, a maternal filicide. And there's been a lot of study and a lot of discussion about that and what motivates people to do that. But as far as an actual direct motive, we haven't established that yet.
A very quick follow-up. I know that Ashlee, you had described her as uncooperative throughout the investigation. Can you describe her demeanor now? Has she spoken or confessed in any way? Can you talk about her demeanor now?
Yeah, I can tell you that as of this morning, no, there was no change in her attitude and her demeanor.
So uncooperative.
Uncooperative.
Thank you all very much for coming out and for being patient with us through this process, not just today, but throughout the entirety of the investigation. And again, we really do appreciate the media's coverage of this very important case. And that's going to conclude our press conference for today. Thank you very much.
And you have been listening to a press conference involving Sheriff Bill Brown from Santa Barbara County, a lieutenant from the Sheriff's Department, as well as an agent from the FBI, all related to missing 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard. The evidence at the news conference in Santa Barbara County with more information. Crystal?
And then another 50 to do that.
That's right, Richard. Right now, we're learning from Bill right now that there is no exact motive as to why Ashlee may have murdered her daughter. But that couple that had stopped in that remote area that you mentioned did notice her body, her little body decomposing. And it was in that moment that they were able to communicate with the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office. It took a lot of hands on deck to continuously figure out if this was Melodee or not. And the sad part about this case is that Melodee was found with gunshot wounds to the head. And I'm going to go ahead and start sharing some additional details that also stood out in this ongoing investigation. There was a moment where we weren't hearing as many active updates, but as we know now, there was a lot going on behind doors with investigators. And again, remember that this investigation crossed state lines. There was, again, the FBI was involved, the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office was involved, and we're now learning that the Wayne County Sheriff's Office Police Department was also involved in this investigation. Now, we now know that Melodee did die from those gunshot wounds to the head. The FBI crime lab notified that DNA analysis had determined the remains that were found in Utah, and it was a familial match to Ashlee. Yeah. And we did hear from Raquel Zick when she passed it on over to one of the other law enforcement members here that Ashlee still remains uncooperative. When she was arrested this morning, nothing has changed about her demeanor. You would think as a mother losing and committing such a heinous act to have any kind of reaction or any kind of confession. We still don't know much from Ashlee right now. I'll continue bringing more developing updates right.
Okay, guys. Wow. That I wasn't expecting a pew pew. That's one thing I was not expecting at all. That's the one thing I was not expecting. Guys, if you're just joining us, we are talking about the breaking news of Melodee Buzzard's remains have been found. The mother, Ashlee Buzzard, I use mother loosely, has been arrested. Authorities have said that she is not cooperating and she is still pretty much locked-lipped on all of this. Some of the notes that I took on this. The sheriff started out with saying that there was CPS. Sorry, I scratched that. He starts out by saying this is methodical of Ashlee Buzzard, that she was doing everything that she could by preventing the truth. Ashlee tried everything. This is premeditated. Remember the wigs, the changing of the license plates, the routes that she took, different routes that she went there, came back in, that you wouldn't typically do. The sheriff said they followed the facts, and that's what has brought them to this resolution today. He thanked the FBI and the sheriff, Michael Gulley of Wayne County, Utah, and the agency. And he said that GUN, pew-pews, wounds to the head. And that, to me, that makes it sound like there's more than one. This is unbelievable. On October 14th, there was a prolonged absence, and they had went to the Lompoc residence where Melodee was living. Ashlee wouldn't say where Melodee was and was very much uncooperative. October 15th, search warrants from the 500 block of Mars Avenue looking for evidence pertaining to what might have happened to Melodee. They had done a search warrant on the rented car. They had done surveillance, and because, again, that they had gotten the video of Melodee and Ashlee at the rental store, which I just showed you on this very live just a little bit ago, and they were actively trying to conceal their looks, which Ashlee was doing that. They didn't want their identity to be known, right? On October 22nd, that is when sheriff and FBI shared the video to the public with them being inside the rental store. October 24th, 2025, they had shared an updated timeline about her travel, multi-state, each direction, right? California, some but not limited to California, Utah, Arizona, Wyoming. Ashlee, again, switched license plates from the original license plate to a New York plate that she had rented and changed that license plate. She was actively trying to conceal her license plate. When she would stop at a gas station, she would back up so it would be less likely for her license plate to be seen. The last time Melodee was seen was October 9th at the Colorado-Utah border. And that was on a Thursday, October 9th, when Melodee was last seen. They believe that Melodee was unalived shortly after that sighting. October 30th, the sheriff followed up on additional search warrants on Ashlee Buzzard, with a storage locker and a car. During the search of the other search warrant on Mars Avenue, ammunition was found. They submitted it to the National Firearm Tobacco, those guys, and had registered it into that system. On December 5th, they got a call from the 3300 block of East South 24 Wayne County, Utah. There was a couple taking pictures, doing what they do. And they found a deceased person while they were, taking pictures. And this is in the Caneville Road area. We're going to go to that here shortly. December 8th, 3 days after they had discovered this remained, they had called California and the sheriff's office and notified them that there was remains found to be a female with pew in the back of her head. It was apparent that there was shots. The department got back with them. The Nibian hit is what they call it. And they said it was matched to Ashlee Buzzard, I guess that was registered in her name. The FBI crime lab got back the DNA yesterday that it was familiar. The person's remains in Utah with the pews to the back of the head was a familiar match to Ashlee Buzzard, which meaning this person, whoever it was related to Ashlee Buzzard. And obviously that person was Melodee, because Ashlee Buzzard was arrested yesterday. Some of the things that the FBI said in this press conference: we were all hoping to find Melodee alive, the FBI agent said. The sheriff also said, we were hoping against hope she would be found alive. They gave their condolences to the families and that their hearts will remain with them now and in the future. They thanked the media. He also said a child's loss of any community is worse than any community can endure, but it's worse when it's by someone who should have protected them. Melodee should have had a better life, he said. He says the investigation does not end here, that it will continue, and they will continue to work with prosecutors. He also said, this one broke me, may God bless the loss of Melodee Kalani Buzzard, and our hearts will never forget. They also said that they believe Ashlee Buzzard acted alone. And that's what they know at this time. As of now, all indications say that Ashlee Buzzard acted alone. They did mention that the cartridges or the specific the weapon that was used to commit this heinous act, they do not have in evidence at this time, but they are continuing to seek the evidence, which it sounds like what they're saying, in my opinion, is that it has not been found. It has not been located, and they're still trying to find this weapon. So that's a big one right there. They said that they have not been to the scene of the crime. They said following a ton of leads, an expansive area, but they didn't have the specific answers until recently, meaning the specific area until just recently whenever she was found. Is there a motive? They said that they have not established a motive yet, but like I mentioned even in this live earlier before we heard this is filicide. It's classic in my opinion. The slaying of a child from a mother. And as of this morning, there was no change in the attitude or demeanor of Ashlee Buzzard. She is still the same cold, calculated witch that she's always been. My goodness gracious, I was not expecting the pew pew. I thought strangulation. That's what I really thought. But that is such a violent. Oof. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't think I can ever watch that video again with Melodee in the rental place. I don't think I can watch it again. I don't think I can. Because it's already spinning in my head. Yes. Yes, Brandy. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's very, very cold that she could do something like this. I would take, oh, hell yes. You better believe it, sister. Spirit Seeker says, this is why we question the last person to see a missing child, even their own, especially their own, because as sad as it is, you are more likely to be unalived by someone in your home far greater than you are a stranger. And does it happen by strangers? Of course it does. It happens every day. We see it every day. But the statistics does not lie. I know a lot of people, I always say, even, the people that disagree with me on cases, I always say, you guys have the best hearts, because you guys some of you just cannot picture someone doing that to their child. And I get it. I've seen people's like, I just don't think Ashlee could do this. I just don't think Daniel or Malaya could do this. Well, we know today that Ashlee Buzzard put allegedly, multi-bullets in her 9-year-old's head. Now let that sink in. Unbelievable. I'm going to send you a message. Check the comment section. I don't know. I want to talk about another case here. Okay. Gotcha. You can email me or text me. Just email me or text me, darling. That would be good. I don't even know where and tell us not to question Malaya, or Daniel, or Katie, or Edgar. Yeah. Me too, Gypsy. Me too. Patty, thank you so much, my friend. Welcome to the Pearl family. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much, Mandy. I welcome you, Patty. And thank you, Darren. I missed that earlier. I apologize. Thank you so much for your support, Mandy. I really, really do appreciate you. I am curious to know which high-profile lawyer she will have. Not Alan Jackson, that's for sure. Sad, but not surprising in general. Just to think Tylee and JJ Crane is in this. Yeah. To me, this always gave off a Lori Vallow, Daybell, Chad Daybell saga vibes. right? Again, everyone talks about how, well, parents act differently when everyone's acts differently when their kid is missing. Everyone, yes, in general, but there is a norm. There is a norm, and it raises questions, alarm bells ringing, that if your child is missing, listen, you love your mother and your father to the end of the earth, to the end of the earth. You love your husband or your wife to the end of the earth. Your child or your children are different. They are different. And there is no love, period, like your children. And it is not normal to not help, be proactive in your missing child's or children's case. It's not normal to not cooperate. It's not normal for people to be lying on their missing children. Those things are not normal. It's kind of like, someone coming up to you with like a knife or a needle and you not saying ow, right? That's not normal. You're going to say that hurts or ow or something like that. It's okay to say the word normal in 2025, almost 2026. Can we just get there? Like, everyone wants to just be like, oh, it's not let's not just judge. Let's not judge. We don't know how she's feeling. Listen, for the parents in here and that's going to watch this, and the parents that have lost a child, they're in that club that nobody wants to be in. Something happened, whatever happened. They know the pain, right? They know the pain. And when someone is not showing how someone, the pain that is in their hearts, that's in their soul, the fear of not knowing where they're at, there is nothing you can tell me that says, behaving as if like nothing ever happened is normal. Ever. Now listen, I'm in training for the statement analysis and all that, and they tell us, by the textbook that, people are different, right? Some people grieve more quietly, yes. Some people aren't as loud or outspoken, yes. But there is a normal on how people, especially with a missing loved one, behave. You search for what you can't find. You seek for what you can't find. Always. Always. The only way you don't seek what you can't find is if it has no value to you any longer, or what happened to it. That's it. That's all. Right? I always use, this. I always say, well, my phone, here's my phone, right? There's my phone. I know where it's at. Right there, right? But I'm not going to go search around my house and tear it up and pretend like, I don't know where it is when I clearly do. So that's why a lot of people, when their loved one is missing and they know what happened to them, they're not going to waste their time or energy and going looking when they know where they're at. Right? It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. The families will now have closure and be able to put her to rest properly. And Mohawk, that's what we always want in these cases, is a conclusion, because whatever that conclusion has, is what it is. But we want a conclusion, whether that they are found safe, and that's the preferable, or they're found otherwise deceased. We want a conclusion. They need to be found. They don't deserve to be laying or scattered out along some, polluted street or road or wherever. They deserve, at the very least, their remains to be placed with some dignity, where family, friends, community can mourn them, and justice importantly served. Right? And that's what we want for Jack and Lily. That's what we want for Sebastian. That's what we want for Summer, Michael Vaughn, all of these missing children and adults. Ash says, Justin, I have missed it. What was it that they said they found in her house when they searched it? Okay, let me look at my notes here. They did find, I believe it was a clip. And they found a unspent pew pew shell in her car, ammo. And so they sent that into the tobacco, firearms, and those people, and submitted it. And then they got some results back that that had been, I guess, Ashlee had a pew pew in her name. And then they submitted to the FBI. What was it they submitted to the FBI? FBI crime lab. That was the DNA. Let me see here. They had looked at the storage locker and the car. During the search, the second search on Mars Avenue, ammunition was found. They submitted it to the National Tobacco Firearms. And then December 5th, they got a call. Oh, let's go there. 3300 block of South Wayne, 24 County, Utah. Let me see if I can get that pulled up. Okay. Let's see if we can do this. See the area that she was found in. This is so premeditated. It's so cold to drive your child over 20 hours. Get this car, put a wig on her, back up in these ways, and you had all the time in the world to just not do it, or turn the around or something. Okay. South 24. I believe it's right here. Okay. And let me see here. This check this out. Okay, make sure I'm doing this right. Caneville Road. Let's see here. Caneville Road. Okay. All right. This is where she was found. Wow, look at it out here. Look at it out here. This is where she was found, y'all. Isn't that crazy? Let's see here. Yep. Wow. This is just crazy. They found her I'm pretty sure this is Caneville Road. Is this Caneville or is this Caneville Road? Yep, Caneville Road. Okay. It says Caneville Road. Based on Google Earth. This is 150 West. Oh, but sorry. Yeah, I think you have to do 150 West, and it's right. It's like back here. I mean, this is barren. This looks like Mars or something to me. I come from a very green area, so, but not during the winter, but damn. Last time this was February 2022. Justin, they had to get out of the car, and then she didn't, or the rental place would. Oh yeah. It had to be done out of the car. Hell yes. Absolutely. It is war. It is terrible. Oh, it is. What kind of car is this Google car? Sponsored by AYL? Okay. Very weird. Is that hay? I don't know. Okay. This was in the winter time, but here it says Caneville. Oh, let me go back here. Why does it do that when I do that? I don't know why I did that. This is an overpass. Look, I need to go back. Caneville Road, Wayne County, Utah. Okay. All right. Utah vote no for open range. Wow, that's beautiful. That's crazy. Caneville is an unincorporated community in central Wayne County, Utah, United States. So that's not, maybe this isn't the road. The community is located east of Capitol Reef National Park and west of Hankville along Fremont River in Utah Route 24. Let me check my notes. They got a call from the 3300 block of East South 24, Wayne County, Utah. Let me go there, where they got a call from. That's not where she was found, but So I guess it is where they found her. Okay. Caneville. Okay. Yep. This has got to be where they found her. Oh, I've got an echo. Do I have an echo? She would look. Okay. Okay. No echo. Okay. Just unbelievable. What's the major city close to here? Okay, there's Fremont. Right? There's Torrey. Wow. I mean, she was all over the map. Just all, I mean, this woman went places. Do I have anybody in Utah in the chat right now? Anybody from Utah? It's near the national park, likely part of their trip. Wow. Okay. This is just insane. Guys, we're going to continue. You're in Utah, Heidi. Okay. You have to drive an hour to get to the store. Ridgefield, Utah. Yeah. She took her on one final road trip. She didn't take her, I mean, she took her on a final road trip, but she didn't do it for Melodee. She did it so it would jam up the investigation. You know what I mean? That's why she did it. Yeah. Yeah. It really, hey, Lakeside, good to see. It's truly a God thing that the remains were found so justice can be served. Yeah. I mean, just people out taking photos. And that's why I always say, and I still pray this for Summer, I still pray it for Michael Vaughn, and I still pray it for Sebastian. Lord, put the right people in their pathway. If they're in the woods, if they're out taking pictures, if they're hunting, if they're hiking, whatever. In that, oh my God. It is so up. Yeah, Mama's the bone, yeah. Merry Christmas Eve, Becca. Yeah. The Van Life family helped police find Gabby. Yep. Guys, if anything comes about, I will keep you guys notified in this. And it will. We'll be live on this again, and check out the videos, and keep an eye on the community post and all that, because anything that's breaking in this, it'll be live community post or a YouTube short. Is there any working theories why she did this? Well, this is filicide, and I've got lives about filicide. And I mentioned filicide a long time ago. I mentioned in this live, but in my opinion, based upon everything, this is a type of filicide where Melodee was supposed to go to her grandmother's. She was supposed to get custody. They were working on that, allegedly. Ashlee said, in my opinion, if I can't have Melodee, you can't either. And that's a very common type of filicide. you'll notice how couples will separate, right? Couples will separate. They have kids. And they don't want the kids to go with the other parent for, any period of time or permanently. They get a visitation or whatever. They unalive them. Sometimes they then unalive themselves. But they want the other people to suffer as much as they can, to hurt as much as they feel like they have been hurt. It's a very, very twisted. Decker. Yes. Decker. Very common. Hey, Cassie. Good to see you, honey. Rocco. Was wondering about you, my dear. With premeditation, you're not going to get it. No. I mean, in my opinion, I think they should try her in Utah. I really do. I think they should. I mean, she probably will have a trial in Utah. And does Utah have the death penalty? I think it does, doesn't it? Yes. Yep, they do. This is premeditated, and she should get the death penalty, in my opinion. I think there is no one that deserves it more. California technically has the penalty, but it's not enacted upon. She ordered license plates offline. Pew pew. Multiple pew pews to the head. Yes. Chad Daybell's in death row in Utah. Bitch, you ain't ever getting another wig again. I hope she's fucking miserable in there. I am mad. I'm mad as hell right now. And I'm just sad as well. Daybell's in Idaho. He didn't have a Utah case. He might be staying. He might be jailed in Utah right now, though. Yeah, me too. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. I might be live later tonight. We'll see. If I do, it'll be late. Got some things I got to do. It's Christmas Eve. You mean Idaho, yeah. In fact, I think every state that she passed through, she should be sentenced at something. She should be charged for something. Every state she went through, and federally. I'm so mad. All right, guys. Love you. Appreciate you. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you all for having the best hearts. I love you guys. Merry Christmas Eve, wherever you are. Check out my Justin for All channel as well. I'm going to start going live over there, just shooting the breeze with you and talking about other things. Thank you guys so much. God bless.